he alone with his mother. But one day, a maniac brutally murdered his mother. Every bit of love in his life was taken away. Hardships didn't stop there, as killer of her mother escaped punishment, which led to his birth as a sign of vengeance. Welcome back to Paramount Recaps. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. 12 years ago, a young boy attended a trial where the man who had murdered his mother was being sentenced. The judge solemnly read out the sentence in a silent courtroom. The judge recounted the murder case and mentioned the man's involvement in several similar cases. However, the judge announced that the man would only serve 3.5 years in prison due to his mental illness and apparent deep remorse. Hearing the lenient sentence, the boy began to cry, and as the man left the courtroom, he cursed at the boy, leaving him with a lasting trauma. A dozen years later, the same man attacked a bus driver without provocation, leaving him unconscious before heading home. While walking through a dark alley, he was confronted by a mysterious figure in a black hoodie. The man, surprised, questioned why he remained free despite his 18 criminal conviction. Provoked by the confrontation, he lunged at the hooded figure, but was swiftly subdued. The attacker reached for a knuckle duster, but the mysterious man disarmed and incapacitated him. It was then revealed that the hooded figure was the boy from 12 years ago, now grown up. The following day, it became known that the hooded man was a police academy student named Kim Jae-young. After classes, Jae-young and his friends, Cho Kang-ok and H. Wang-jun, rode the bus together. Jae-young declined an invitation to go clubbing, stating he had plans for the weekend. Later, on his way home, Jae-young helped an elderly woman collect fallen cardboard from her cart. She offered him candies in gratitude. At home, Jae-young watched a news report about an unjust judicial decision in an assault case. The judge had dismissed a warrant, angering the public who questioned the fairness of the law. Intrigued, Jae-young researched the case online and left his house wearing his black hoodie. Meanwhile, the previous crime's attacker visited his victim to threaten her again. As he and a friend were urinating in public, Jae-young appeared and swiftly beat them before disappearing without a trace. Later, Jae-young researched a case involving a doctor who had raped a patient but retained his medical license. Witnessing the doctor in the act, Jae-young intervened, attacking the doctor and leaving without a trace. The next day, a woman named Choi My-ryo approached her boss with a compilation of recent crime cases, noting a pattern where perpetrators were released for absurd reasons, and someone was making them pay for their action. She suggested publishing the story, but her boss was hesitant. She threatened to take the story to a competitor, prompting her boss to agree to run it. At the police academy, Jae-young and his friends discussed recent cases when they saw an MBS News report about the vigilante who had helped citizens fight crime. The reporter named the mysterious helper vigilante. That night, Jae-young read articles about the vigilante and public reactions, which ranged from gratitude to skepticism. The following day, the vigilante news story gained widespread attention. My-ryo speculated that the vigilante would act again over the weekend. At the police academy, Jae-young and Kang-ok assisted Prof. Lee with sorting recent crime cases uploaded by the National Police Agency. At the broadcast station, My-ryo decided to expose the perpetrator of a recent Siyun case to provoke the vigilante into action, revealing the man behind the case as Jeong. Jae-young was stirred by Jeong's action, while a riot formed outside Jeong's apartment, demanding his surrender to the police. My-ryo and her boss monitored the situation, hoping the vigilante would appear. Jeong seemed unbothered by the commotion. Jae-young searched Prof. Lee's office for information on Jeong's case. Prof. Lee entered unexpectedly, but noticed nothing unusual. That night, Jeong left his apartment during heavy rain. My-ryo, still in the area, followed him to Incheon Port. Jeong, suspecting he was being followed, evaded My-ryo. The next day, police searched Jeong's apartment and discovered his anklet signal had been lost at Incheon Port, leading them to believe he was attempting to flee. The head detective requested Coast Guard assistance to monitor the boats, while his team guarded the victim's house. At the police academy, Jae-young read news about Jeong's missing anklet signal. My-ryo and her team deduced that Jeong planned to escape via the port. That night, the detective on the case received a report about a departing boat, but found nothing. He then instructed an officer guarding the victim's house to assist at the port. The officer encountered a mysterious courier, but found nothing suspicious after checking. As the courier left the elevator, he was attacked. At the port, My-ryo Ryo realized Jeong had thrown his anklet into the ocean to divert attention while planning to kill the victim. She rushed to the victim's house, with a detective following. Meanwhile, Jae-young took a bus somewhere. Jeong had killed the courier for his uniform, but the remaining guard discovered this before being attacked. A fierce fight ensued, and the guard was stabbed. The victim was instructed to flee, but Jeong quickly killed the guard and pursued her. Jeong caught up with his intended victim and was about to kill her, but Jae-young arrived just in time to save her. She fled immediately, leaving Jae-young to confront Jeong. Jae-young easily overpowered Jeong, who then begged for his life. Jae-young demanded a sincere apology letter from Jeong. Meanwhile, Ryo, not knowing Jae-young was the vigilante, nearly collided with him as he left the scene. Upon convincing the apartment guard that she was a resident, Ryo went upstairs and found Jeong's lifeless body, with a message on the wall that read, "Heaven's net, I'm sorry, forgive." Jae-young had already vanished, leaving no trace behind except the evidence of another judgment passed by the vigilante. Jeong's death quickly made headlines, with the message on the wall puzzling the police. They later discovered it referred to a saying from Tao Te Ching about the inevitability of justice catching up with wrongdoers. The police were certain the vigilante was responsible, but disagreed on whether he was delivering justice or premeditating murder. The police chief decided to charge the vigilante with murder. When MBS reported on the case, the chief was furious about the media breach and ordered the team to contain the situation. Professor Lee was then tasked with joining the investigation into Jeong's death. At the police academy, Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok discussed the vigilante case, with Professor Lee warning them to keep all information within the office. During the crime scene investigation, a student interrupted, expressing support for the vigilante and criticizing the police. The head detective informed Professor Lee that public criticism of their investigation was growing. Both the police and MBS faced backlash, with some accusing the media of glorifying criminal activity. Ryo remained composed, even suggesting 3 new targets for the vigilante, which quickly caught Jae-young's attention as he saw the news during training. That night, Jae-young snuck into Professor Lee's office to gather information on his new target, Do-yeop. Do-yeop had evaded severe punishment for murdering a mother and her 2 children by claiming it was an accident caused by alcohol. Jae-young found Do-yeop at a club and, despite initially refusing his friend's invitation to go there, decided to go when he realized he could find Do-yeop. At the club, Jae-young spotted Do-yeop, but a girl mistook his interest in Do-yeop for seeking drugs and offered to share some with him. The next morning, Jae-young woke up in his dorm room, with no memory of how he got there. He found Hwang-jun asleep in his bed and asked if he had brought a girl home the previous night. That night, Jae-young saw a post on Do-yeop's Instagram, with a comment linking to the victim's account. Watching a video of the murdered children singing ignited his anger, and he vowed to avenge them. Jae-young followed Do-yeop secretly, learning where he kept his stash. Meanwhile, Ryo and her team, needing more content for their vigilante report, decided to provoke the vigilante into action. Do-yeop received a threatening message from Jae-young with a phone number, which turned out to be the D's. Do-yeop warned his friend not to mention his name if they called back, and then went to meet his supplier. At the club, a girl asked him for drugs, but preoccupied with his problems, he refused. Shortly after, D agents raided the club, prompting Do-yeop to flee to his hideout, only to find it ransacked and his stash gone. Jae-young was waiting outside with the drugs and money. Jae-young threatened to burn the money, and when Do-yeop tried to stop him, Jae-young knocked him out and set the money on fire. Jae-young then beat Do-yeop, tied a chain around his neck, and showed him a video of the children he had murdered, demanding an apology. The next day, police found Do-yeop's body near his hideout. They discovered his phone had been tampered with, and the car's dashcam memory card was missing. Press members were denied access to the crime scene, and the police held a conference labeling the vigilante as a criminal, sparking public debate. Meanwhile, MBS celebrated their successful coverage, but Ryo pushed her team to locate Do-yeop's death scene before their competitors. The police formed a special team led by Jo Hyun to catch the vigilante. Jo Hyun interviewed Do-yeop's friend and concluded the vigilante was young. He reassured a caller that he would soon catch the vigilante. The media's portrayal of the vigilante created societal issues with vigilantism. Jae-young and Kang-ok believed the media was to blame, not the vigilante, who never incited such behavior. The police investigation stalled without new leads, and a new case involving the murder of a deliverman arose. The lenient 14-month sentence for the murderer outraged the public, who saw it as another example of judicial unfairness. Jae-young discovered that the men who killed the deliverman showed no remorse. Later, one of the men was found dead, apparently murdered by a vigilante copycat. On his way home, home, Jai Yang picked up some discarded cardboard and assisted an elderly woman in organizing her cart. Grateful, she gave him candies as usual. While helping her, he saw on TV that the Deliverman's killer had been found dead in a bathhouse. With the vigilante blamed, at MBS station, it was noted that another station had scooped them on the vigilante case. Frustrating Ryo, the TV also aired a message from the vigilante, claiming his actions were due to the unfairness of the law and vowing to continue until the law treated the weak fairly. Jo Hyun believed the vigilante was responsible for the recent murders, but Professor Lee argued it was a copycat trying to provoke the real vigilante. Ryo also suspected the recent murders weren't the vigilante's work and planned a special debate show to prove it. Promoting their station as the vigilante's messenger, Jai Young watched the debate and took an interest in Ryo. That night, the elderly woman Jai Young helped was hit by a car driven by Jang Sundo. A store owner who witnessed the incident confronted Jang and was later taken to the police station for hitting Jang. Jai Young learned about this the next morning. Ryo and her team decided to monitor the hospital where Jang was hospitalized. Hoping to catch the vigilante in action, the police guarded Jang's room, but were called away, creating an opportunity for Jai Young to enter the room. Jai Young threatened Jang, urging him to repent and ask the judge for the maximum sentence. As Jai Young left, he encountered Jo Hyun, who realized that Jai Young might be the vigilante. The detectives questioned the police guard, who revealed he was called away by a false alarm. They found Jang terrified in his room. Jo Hyun and his team tried to find the vigilante, but Jai Young had already escaped. Ryo, seeing the commotion, deduced the vigilante had acted. Jang reached for the phone to call his brother, but discovered it in a box Jai Young had left, along with a picture showing his brother badly beaten. The copycat vigilante then killed Jang by throwing him out of the window. Jai Young saw the copycat vigilante leaving the hospital and followed him to a rooftop parking lot. They fought, with the copycat claiming to be a fan wanting to join forces. Jai Young wasn't interested, and after a fierce battle, left the defeated copycat hanging from the edge. Jo Hyun, searching for the vigilante, failed to find it. Meanwhile, Ryo had footage of Jai Young leaving the hospital in a black hoodie. Jai Young treated his wounds from the fight that night. The next morning, a man with facial wounds, Jo Gang-ok, received a report about Ryo filming near the hospital. Jo Hyun met with Jang Sunil, Jang Sundo's brother, asking to see his CCTV footage, but Sunil was uncooperative. Jo Hyun warned him against taking matters into his own hands. Gang-ok visited Ryo at MBS, praising her for highlighting unjust sentences and suggesting they work together to support the vigilante. At the police station, Jo Hyun and his team discussed their investigation, finding no evidence on CCTV or dashcams. They did recover the copycat vigilante's grappling hook. Jo Hyun theorized that the vigilante was well acquainted with police procedures. The head detective mentioned Professor Lee shared this belief, and one detective suggested the vigilante might be a police officer. The head detective asked a team member to deliver their report to Professor Lee, but Jo Hyun volunteered. At the police academy, Jo Hyun met Jai Young and seemed to realize something. While Jai Young appeared anxious, Jo Hyun gave the report to Professor Lee, noticing extra tables in his office. Lee explained they were for his student assistants, but refused to reveal their identities without a warrant. Jo Hyun then shared his suspicion that the vigilante was a police insider. That evening, Hwang Jun told Jai Young that the man they saw earlier was leading the vigilante investigation, but Jai Young's friends didn't seem concerned. Jo Hyun investigated further, learning from a restaurant owner that Sunil had checked their CCTV footage. Suspecting Jo Hyun was involved, Jo Hyun raided Sunil's place, easily overpowering his bodyguards, and warned Sunil to let the police handle the investigation. The next day in class, Professor Lee noticed Jai Young's wounds and asked about them, but was interrupted by a staff member who said an officer was looking for Jai Young. Jai Young was saved from a sticky situation when a girl claimed he had defended her from a harasser. Explaining his facial injuries, Jai Young went along with the story, admitting he hadn't reported it earlier because it was wrong for a police officer to hit a civilian. This setup was actually orchestrated by Gang-ok, who noticed Jai Young's predicament and stepped in to help, believing the assistance came from the copycat vigilante. Jai Young eventually decided to arrange a meeting with him. The following day, Ryo visited her friend Suk at his office, inquiring about Sewell Future Resources. Suk explained that besides their legitimate businesses, Sewell ran Korea's largest illegal gambling site and was involved in drug traffic. He also mentioned that Do Yop, recently killed by the vigilante, worked for them. The company's owner, Kim Sam-do, had recently been acquitted of a crime despite clear evidence against him. Ryo asked if there was any connection between Sewell and DK Group, led by Gang-ok, but Suk was unaware of any links. Suk then suggested they visit Yoon Yi-hak, an actor arrested for running an illegal gambling operation. As he had information about Seoul, they found Yi-hak hanging in his home, leading to a police investigation. Suk argued it wasn't suicide, showing recent messages from Yi-hak. He also noted that Yi-hak had changed their meeting location at the last minute. Meanwhile, Jae-yang went on a date with a girl who had previously helped him, but his friends thought they were romantically involved. During their outing, Jo-hyun appeared, warning Jae-young to cease his vigilante activities, suggesting he knew Jae-young's secret. Jo-hyun later confided in Professor Lee about creating a list of vigilante suspects, planning to blame one for the criminal murders. During the date, Jae-young realized the woman was an actress paid to assist him. Mistakenly thinking he had hired her, Gang OK called Jae-young, posing as the copycat vigilante, and offered to collaborate. Jae-young refused, stating he would only consider it if Gang OK could hack Jo-hyun's phone. Later, Ryo and Suk went to the location Yi-hak had mentioned and discovered a QQ coin mining server. They filmed it, but were interrupted by someone entering. They hid, but when Suk dropped something, they were discovered. Suk sacrificed himself so Ryo could escape. Ryo returned with police, but the place was cleared out, leaving no trace of the server. The investigation was dropped despite the evidence. Jo-hyun reported to Police Chief Yi-hyub, who was impatient and plotting behind the scenes. Yi-hyub, who had assigned Jo-hyun to the investigation, demanded results before a reshuffle to avoid problems. Training with his friends, Jae-young received a message from Gang OK, directing him to a locker at Hapjeong Station. There, Jae-yang found the cloned phone he had requested. He then watched an MBS broadcast reporting Yoon Yi-hak's death, showing his last message to Suk about Seoul's illicit activity. The broadcast also implicated Police Chief Yi-hyub, calling him the Vole. Jae-young and Jo-hyun watched the broadcast, with Jae-yang focusing on Yi-hyub and Jo-hyun on Ryo. The MBS station chief was furious and ordered the report stopped, but Ryo was determined to continue. Meanwhile, the man who killed Suk ordered Ryo's kidnapping, but Jo-hyun intervened, saving her. He warned Ryo that her actions would bring more danger. Jo-hyun used the kidnapper to locate Sam-doo's hideout, having him list all involved in the kidnapping. At the hideout, Jo-hyun fought off thugs, allowing the police to arrest them. They discovered human remains fed to pigs, making headlines and leading the police to blame the vigilante for all the deaths. Ryo and Gang OK recognized this as a scapegoating effort to end vigilantism. Yi-hyub, angered by the blame placed on Seoul without evidence, was furious. A recently released man visited a secret hideout under a bookstore where Jae-young awaited to do his vigilante work. Jae-young demanded the man open a safe containing evidence of Seoul's illegal transaction. This incident made the news, vindicating Ryo, who had been scolded by her boss. It proved that the real vigilante had not been caught. Sam-doo learned of his associate's death and the vigilante's acquisition of incriminating evidence. That night, Cho Kang-ok decided to confront Jae-young directly. Jae-young attempted to escape, but Cho Kang-ok followed him to a deserted road under a flyover. A fight broke out, with Cho Kang-ok easily overpowering Jae-young. Cho Kang-ok demanded Jae-young to cease his vigilantism and let the police handle the situation, accusing him of going too far by challenging the law. Jae-young, despite being severely beaten, refused to give up, vowing to protect the weak against oppressive authorities. Frustrated, Cho Kang-ok decided to end the confrontation then and there. Jae-young mentioned Yi-hyub's role in the vigilante investigation and declared his resolve to fight evil with evil. He challenged Cho Kang-ok to uphold true justice, and only then would he consider stopping. The next day, Cho Kang-ok was summoned by Yi-hyub, who informed him that he was relieved of his duties and should resign from leading the investigation unit. Cho Kang-ok questioned if this was related to Seoul, but Yi-hyub dismissed the media reports. Following this, Cho Kang-ok interrogated a man involved in Choi Ryo's attempted kidnapping, seeking information about Yi-hyub and Mr. Bang. The man suggested finding someone known as the Squeezer for more information. Jae-young ended up in the hospital after his fight with Cho Kang-ok. Cho Gang-ok visited him, promising to support him if Cho Kang-ok interfered with their mission again. Before leaving, Cho Gang-ok took a photo with the unconscious Jae-young, unaware that Jae-young was actually awake. Later, Jae-young watched a news report stating that Choi Ryo had resigned after blaming Seoul. Realizing his ally could no longer help, Jae-young asked Cho Gang-ok to assist Choi Ryo in continuing her reporting. The next day, Cho Gang-ok set up an office for her. Choi Ryo questioned Cho Gang-ok's motive, motives. Wondering about his connections to Kim Sam-doo and Seoul, Cho Gang-ok insisted he was helping the vigilante. Choi Mi-ryo declared her intention to expose Seoul and set the stage for the vigilante to finish the job. Choi Mi-ryo began her new broadcast, vowing to reveal the truth and stating that if she were found dead, it would be murder. That night, Cho Gang-ok captured the squeezer and coerced him into helping locate Mr. Bang. After being relieved of his duties, Cho Gang-ok was replaced by Nam Yong-il, who disbanded the investigation. Jae-yong targeted Mightium Church after discovering Seoul's money laundering activities linked to the church. He stole a flash drive with currency exchange data, but encountered a copycat vigilante. The copycat revealed himself as Cho Gang-ok, who had been assisting Jae-yong. They decided to give the data to Choi Mi-ryo to expose the corruption publicly. Nam Yong-il visited Prof. Lee at the university, inquiring about Cho Gang-ok. Prof. Lee refused to divulge information, advising Nam Yong-il to ask Cho Gang-ok directly. Jae-yong offered help, but Prof. Lee declined, urging him to rest. Meanwhile, Eum Yi-hyub was appointed president of the National Police Academy. Pastor Shin of Mightium Church was confronted by a man tasked with destroying the laundering data. The man attacked the pastor, killing him. The pastor's murder made headlines. With the vigilante blamed, Eum Yi-hyub contacted Kim Sam-doo, who promised to handle the situation. Cho Gang-ok gave the information to Choi Mi-ryo, who questioned its source and speculated about the vigilante's involvement. Cho Gang-ok deflected, and Choi Mi-ryo broadcasted the new evidence, linking it to previous reports about Seoul. Cho Gang-ok interrupted her broadcast, warning her to avoid involving herself with the vigilante, but she remained defiant, committed to exposing the truth. After leaving the building, Cho Gang-ok was attacked by Mr. Bang and Seodol. Severely injured, he was saved by Jae-yong just as police sirens approached, forcing Mr. Bang and Seodol to flee. Cho Gang-ok was hospitalized with serious injury. Cho Gang-ok, seeing Jae-yong's involvement, questioned his motives. Jae-yong revealed his plan to turn Cho Gang-ok into another vigilante. Choi Mi-ryo attempted to visit Cho Gang-ok, but was denied access due to his critical condition. Eum Yi-hyub visited him as well, learning from the doctor that Cho Gang-ok's recovery time was uncertain. Eum Yi-hyub then reported his vigilante-related issues to his superior. Meanwhile, Kim Sam-doo contacted Mr. Bang, revealing that he had paid him to kill Cho Gang-ok. Kim Sam-doo's men were in the middle of extracting QQ coin from the server when they suddenly realized the building was on fire. Kim Jae-yong appeared through the flames, defeated them, and took all the QQ coins, converting them into cash. He then left the money in front of Hanuel Orphanage. Choi Mi-ryo reported the fire, indicating that it was an act of retaliation by the vigilante against Seo Woo-jin. Despite appearing as a regular fire incident, the vigilante left a message stating, "I'll sell the private keys. I'm taking the QQ coin and donating the money. Before I donate it all, Kim Sam-doo, Eum Yi-hyub, and the hitmen should turn themselves in." The news about the large donation to Hanuel Orphanage reached TV, alongside reports of Kim Sam-doo's arrest for investigation, the ongoing investigation on the hitman who attacked Cho Gang-ok, and the link between Choi Mi-ryo and the vigilante. Eum Yi-hyub heard this while having breakfast with his family. When the doorbell rang, he found Kim Sam-doo at his doorstep, seeking help to escape his charges. Eum Yi-hyub refused and threatened Kim Sam-doo to surrender without implicating him. Frustrated, Kim Sam-doo decided to handle the situation himself. Nam Yong-il began investigating the case involving Eum Yi-hyub. Meanwhile, Mr. Bang murdered the director of Hanuel Orphanage, framing the vigilante for it. Realizing Choi Mi-ryo might be next, Kim Jae-yong called Cho Gang-ok, asking him to protect her. Kim Jae-yong's instincts were correct as Kim Sam-doo's men stormed Choi Mi-ryo's office. Choi Mi-ryo set up numerous cameras to live stream the raid, making many witnesses. Eventually, the intruders realized they were being broadcasted and began destroying the camera. The leader found and captured Choi Mi-ryo, but Cho Gang-ok arrived just in time to rescue her. When the police arrived, they found Choi Mi-ryo unharmed at her desk. During interrogation, Choi Mi-ryo claimed she was saved by someone who saw the live broadcast. Nam Yong-il, skeptical, suspected she and the vigilante orchestrated the raid to trap the thugs. Choi Mi-ryo returned home, but someone broke in and kidnapped her. The following day, Nam Yong-il visited the police academy and accused Kim Jae-yong of being the vigilante in front of Prof. Lee. Both Kim Jae-yong and Prof. Lee denied the accusation, urging Nam Yong-il not to make baseless claim. Nam Yong-il then visited the hospital where Cho Gang-ok was unconscious, speculating on the power that could take down such a formidable person, unaware that Cho Gang-ok was awake. Elsewhere, Kim Jae-yong met Cho Gang-ok when Oh Seon-wook called, informing him that Nam Yong-il had seized Prof. Lee's computer with a search warrant. Kim Jae-yong reassured him before revealing to Cho Kang-ok that he had hidden a phone with QQ coin in Eom Yi-hyub's office, along with a tracer. While planting it, he found Eom Yi-hyub's phone used to contact Kim Sam-doo, leading Nam Yong-il to uncover the conspiracy between Eom Yi-hyub and Kim Sam-doo. Eom Yi-hyub arrived as Nam Yong-il was searching his office and saw him take the incriminating phone. He said nothing but later arranged for the evidence and Nam Yong-il to be eliminated. Soon after, Nam Yong-il had a fatal accident. News of Nam Yong-il's death reached Cho Kang-ok. Oh Seon-wook also informed Kim Jae-young. That night, Seodol was cutting wood with Choi My-ryo, who had been kidnapped by Mr. Bang. Meanwhile, Kim Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok met on the road. Kim Jae-young clarified that he didn't cause Nam Yong-il's death. He merely led him to the truth. He declared his intention to kill Eom Yi-hyub and Kim Sam-doo to ensure justice. Regardless of recognition, Cho Kang-ok realized that Choi My-ryo was missing. She was being tortured by Mr. Bang to find out the vigilante's location. Cho Kang-ok searched her house and informed Kim Jae-young. Anticipating this, Kim Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok planned their final move. Cho Kang-ok confronted Kim Sam-doo's underling at Seo Woo-jin's office, demanding Choi My-ryo in exchange for the crypto wallet. Kim Sam-doo, realizing Mr. Bang had kidnapped her, convinced him to bring her to him, offering more money and a chance to kill the vigilante. Mr. Bang agreed and summoned all his men. Kim Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok, aware of Kim Sam-doo's desperation for the crypto wallet, planned on a rooftop, unaware of Oh Seon-wook spying on them. Oh Seon-wook later confronted Kim Jae-young, urging him to abandon his vigilante actions and become a proper cop. The next day, Mr. Bang brought Choi My-ryo to the arranged meeting point. Kim Sam-doo had gathered his men, instructing them to find Mr. Bang and the vigilante. That night, a figure in a black hoodie appeared, followed by many more, revealing Kim Sam-doo's trap. The concert audience, dressed in black hoodies, included Kim Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok. Mr. Bang and Seodol soon realized the trap. Kim Sam-doo's guards spotted Mr. Bang and Choi My-ryo, informing him immediately. As the concert began, Kim Jae-young rescued Choi My-ryo from Seodol, while Cho Kang-ok distracted Kim Sam-doo's men. Kim Jae-young asked Choi My-ryo to live stream the vigilante's actions, and she began broadcasting as Kim Jae-young fought Mr. Bang and Seodol. Cho Kang-ok saw the broadcast and brought his two hostages to the location, bringing Kim Sam-doo and his men into the live stream. During the intense fight, Eom Yi-hyub was informed and ordered to handle the situation. Choi My-ryo, seeing Kim Jae-young cornered, diverted the attackers to save him, ending up trapped in a bus with Mr. Bang. Cho Kang-ok arrived, hitting Seodol, while Kim Sam-doo entered the bus, cornering Kim Jae-young. Oh Seon-wook, disguised in a black hoodie, intervened but was stabbed, revealing his identity. Kim Jae-young, devastated by his friend's injury, pursued the fleeing Mr. Bang and Kim Sam-doo with Cho Kang-ok's help. At a dead end, a fight ensued. Kim Jae-young and Cho Kang-ok landed blows on their enemies before Eom Yi-hyub arrived, trapping them and shooting in the flooded chamber. Kim Jae-young climbed a ladder and fought Eom Yi-hyub, stopped from killing him by Cho Kang-ok. Mr. Bang, diverting attention, was unaware of Eom Yi-hyub retrieving his gun and shooting everyone. Cho Kang-ok, withstanding the shot, knocked Eom Yi-hyub unconscious, while Mr. Bang was fatally stabbed by his weapon. In the aftermath, Kim Jae-young fainted. The incident resulted in the deaths of Kim Sam-doo, Eom Yi-hyub, Mr. Bang, and Oh Seon-wook. Choi My-ryo, interrogated by the police, claimed Oh Seon-wook was the vigilante, protecting Kim Jae-young's identity. Cho Kang-ok, bedridden from the fight, watched news of Oh Seon-wook being scapegoated as the vigilante. Eom Yi-hyub posthumously received a promotion for his supposed fight against crime. Ultimately, Kim Jae-young was appointed as a cop, silently standing among the newly sworn officers, his eyes burning with anger.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below with your suggestions for future videos, any questions you have, or just to say hi. Your feedback is super important to us and helps us create better content for you. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends, family, and on social media. It really makes a big difference and helps our community grow. You can follow us on Insert your social media handles for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.